Mom.
Okay.
No, move.
I know.
Head, you're gonna get you in the head.
I know. I'm trying to. Hi, Gal.
Go for Kelsey.
Kelsey, no.
Oh, we get this on tape?
How do you do it, Dad? How do you start?
I haven't seen one that big in a while, huh, babe?
That's right.
The wiggle, it gets hard.
Whose ball is this, Chris? Do you know whose ball is
It's a car and it's on the porch.
this? Dad, it's on the porch.
Kelsey! Kelsey, you catch a fish? Where'd she go?
Oh.
Oh, no, they're way over there now.
Wait, honey.
I'm going in after them.
Okay, make sure they know it, honey.
I'll come back after you.
Okay, go.
Try it once, see how it works. I'll give it back. Come on, leave it. Right, you're gonna reel it in.
You catch a fish? You caught a
Kelsey, you
worm!
gotta leave it in the water, honey.
Kelsey, you caught a worm!
Yeah. No, that's all right. Did it go down? No, give me, I'll put a worm.
Did that?
Is it fun, Britt?
Putting a worm on or fish on?
Putting the worm on.
Get a bite?
I hate killing worms. Too bad.
Oh, Kelsey.
Okay, Dad.
Just the cute one?
Hi.
Say hi, Paula. Go get her. Hi, Ty. Say hi, Paula. Wave to her.
I love that curl on your hair.
Well, I'll take a picture of that first fish.
Wow.
Hey, hold the fish right up with the string so she can get it in the picture. Oh, I know that's.
Is that a whale?
Look at that fish!
Look at the size of
Wow.
that fish. It's so big, Benjamin.
Thumbs up, buddy. Where's my fish?
Oh,
So
but look at this fish catch. See how big it is?
Whoa!
Isn't that a whopper?
Hey, look, isn't it awesome?
Biggest fish I've ever
Nice
seen.
job.
Brittany just got a nice. Did you get a picture of
See
that one?
Benjamin's fish?
No.
She just got a
Isn't
bass
that a big
along
fish?
down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a big fish he caught.
Yeah, got him. Okay, she got one.
Not yet. Just, look at Anjo. Anjo got a whopper.
I can reel it in real fast.
You can, huh?
I'll feed the whole community.
How do I feed Lakeside? 20 food stamps a month.
Don't get too close, buddy. You put your arm things on.
What do you do with them? How did you do it? Come here. Come here.
Okay, the water's moving. Now move it. I won. Get on, get on. Come on, Andy. I'm watching. Good girl. Good job.
Do something now, will ya? I don't know. I think he's up top. He's in the house, Brady. He may be over Uncle Stevie's.
April. I'm April. Are you happy for me?
That's talented.
Are you gonna go off the other one?
I can't dive. If I dive, I get like you can't dive. Go! I like sometimes to not skip. But when I try it, I don't understand how this family does that. If I get it, I'll get those.
Go ahead.
I can't dive. Want me to try? Yeah, I can dive. Dive. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. She's like, bring it down here in the shade.
Okay, Caitlin, we're wasting film.
Yeah. Bruce.
Let's go.
Alan, the line's forming.
I wouldn't do that, Al. Go, Brett. Go, Kate. Camera wet. You're not what?
Will we do a flip?
Yeah.
Can't tell the difference.
Anything ridiculous that really hurt, do it.
My dad's very ungracious. Okay, I can remember that.
All right, that's a good flip.
I'm not gonna try it now.
Let's do something really cool. I'm sitting too close, actually. Well, yeah, she's 60, 50, 40, Arlene, 67, tomorrow, speaking less, you're flan. Yo, action, camera. Okay, flip, Kyle, flip. Okay, Mindy, flip. Hey, not a big splash, though.
Back flip, double flip. Back flip's easier than front flip.
Belly flop, Caitlin. I think you went to get a rock. What they get though? Put that kid in the water. He's everywhere.
Box for $100, you got it.
Still think that
Alan Bradley. I know a new way. I'd never be able to do that.
hi.
Alright, baby, swim now. Stand up,
I think you guys.
Have the body hit your stomach and come back and get it.
Wait a minute, we don't have Ben.
We don't need him.
Benjamin! George Benjamin! You don't want to go in?
Here, Ben, you can sit right here. George, you don't want it?
Hi, Grace.
On the men's ladder, where'd you go?
Over here.
Uncle Bruce, wave hi, Uncle Bruce.
We got a little break from O.J. Simpson to do a little party here.
Hey, wake up, wake up. Wake up, baby.
124-hour call for O.J. Simpson for help. I'm back in.
Hit the light behind you.
Okay, what do you?
Sure, you got it all.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, there we go. Darken it right now.
Man in the boat.
Bruce, are you capturing this or your Lux go down?
I'm all set. I'm all set here. We need somebody to start on key though. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you. That's just pull the candles out. No, I don't think so.
Go blow, Ma.
Only Ernie knows the truth.
How old are you, Grandma? Hey!
At least you didn't have to.
Act him, roll him.
Don't tell me I don't do that. It's my nephew. I do anything I want. You wonder why they want to Give it to her. You didn't see any silver.
Who? Gary and Vicky.
This kid likes
Three pictures, go.
Tell her like I got you can make her like this.
I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like cake that much.
You're gonna make it. Writing back.
I like sneaking meat and stuff like that.
I'm not trying to trust now. Nobody's taking it. Go ahead and put stuff in your face. They take this one. Why baby? Nobody wants to. You don't have to get it. Ryan. Let me just see. Watch him on presents. I don't want to talk to him.
I like that.
Brad and Jill, thank you.
A little louder earlier. Volume.
I don't think you're Brad or Jill. I see Jill. Thank you, Brad and Jill.
I'll take one, Sam.
She doesn't like any of us. No, he doesn't like it. I don't care.
We figured you could get lucky anyway, though.
Just go stuff him in a face right after
Her recipe.
How can people eat that?
Thank you, Bruce.
Yep.
Thank you. Drinks are coming. Hold the fork and the egg. Lift it up, put it in your mouth.
It's not like really this.
Thank you, creamy. Marshmallow frosting. Good day, bro. It's your treat. I didn't hear it.
They make a delicious cake. I've had two different kinds and they're cheaper than any.
Kathy got me a carrot cake last week. That was the best carrot cake I've ever had.
Yo.
Ben, Brittany, Kyle, and Kelly. You have a cake, April? Are you having some cake in there? You can have one. No, you can have Kyle. April, you have a cake? Stay here. Okay. Mom, I don't want this. I'll eat that one.
Thank you, Mary and Steve, for the card.
Kyle needs to listen.
You got the same card as Brad and Joe.
Well, what do you want?
I had just read one and I said,
That's
Brittany. Oh, where's the cake?
no, Stevie.
Mommy, I just want some ice cream. Mommy.
thank you, Brian.
Brittany, here. I just want.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank
you, Brian.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Isn't that pretty?
It's white frosting.
Do you want to rip off some of the paper?
This kid's been waiting for it.
Well, he was trying to find out. You want to hear your turn paper? They're cream cheese. Okay, there's your paper right there.
There's Brittany.
Too many kids.
There you go, Brett. Lindsay will have one.
Dylan, is there like a clinch here?
Dylan, want a bite? Man, it's on the floor. You just sit. Oh, man.
Thank you. Oh, I gotta go back and remember who that's from, right?
Jerry, Ricky, and Brad and Jill. And Brian and everybody but me and Vicky. And the 5 boys.
I can figure that one out. That is wonderful.
And no, wait a minute. 5 boys in there. Right. Me.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Man.
Mommy,
You all done?
she wants ice cream and cake.
You want ice cream and cake now?
Where this summer's going.
And Bill, what do you take for coffee? How much should
Mindy Ben wants to wear this one.
Level piece of? Don't keep it, don't get it, just level it up.
I can store it with my fingers.
Milk or coffee mate?
Coffee mate.
Thanks for the card you gave, Dana.
Kate and Jay with the other little.
That's from you guys.
So, what Ernie give you, Mom?
You didn't see her ruby
My
earrings?
dad and my mom.
Some ruby earrings. Ruby earrings on the mantle. You grab the ruby earrings on the mantle.
Yeah, but what else?
Way over near our plant.
Well, you'll never know.
The black box.
I don't
It's a nunja.
I don't kiss and tell, Bruce.
You to find out.
Tell her there's a
That's from my mom
nunja.
and my dad. That's from my mom.
Your mama didn't raise no fool, huh?
That is nice.
Let me see.
Now, was that from Cindy, right?
No, my mom and my dad. No, actually, that's from you guys. We got him a chair. You guys got her the earrings.
Yeah.
And the shirt. You guys.
All right. You want to see?
And did Bernie pick it out with you?
Yeah, he came in to see what she got too.
Okay, this is from who?
Or did Bernie pick it up too? I said, no,
This is from Ernie?
see what it is too.
Yeah, well, Ernie. You know, Bernie, if it was bigger, we could see it, Ernie, in the camera. Can't quite focus it, Ernie.
Big things don't have to be good to be big.
Hey, Mom. Can you unwrap that again? I was talking.
Pay attention. Fix my blouse. I got no bra on, Bruce.
We can't, Mom, we can't tell.
I'll never wear one again.
Looks like you got a pack of cigarettes in your pocket.
It's so hot, I gotta take my jacket off, but I don't have a bra on. I didn't think you ever needed one anyway. Want me to hold these up, Bruce, or what?
Hold that up, William. And this isn't from Ernie. Cindy and Bernie, not Ernie. And the shorts. It's good.
Benjamin, this is from you and Tyler and
Good thing you told them.
Where is Chris?
with his dad.
What's in there, Ben?
Oh my goodness.
Strange stress in the It's not actually a food, nothing on the motor control.
Remember what we had on
The ball joint comes up through it.
That was straight in team. It's a Florida hat.
And the bolt comes across the back of the hat.
If you want, I will. You know me, hats. I love hats.
Catches the hat.
There you go. Sit out by the pool with your
There's
book.
enough on there.
Back to the farm, look at cows.
Looks like a fishing hat now. Fish school. No, she looks like a mini girl.
You have it.
Look at this side. Surf's up.
Betty Boo hat.
That's
Probably take it all apart.
Look like a mini girl.
Same factory made you or something.
Thank you, Cindy.
It wasn't you. So that's how they key in the ball joints. They put
You don't really have to.
There you go.
That's what I did. You took it all out. You just, you need a
Jack Nicholson.
Casing's got a crack.
Yeah, 1 second.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it tomorrow. Bernie, do you have your drink out of here? Bernie? This is good. Do you have your drink out of here? Of course you can.
Chips, there you go. Mighty nice, yeah.
Fritos allowed, anybody? We got chips, honey. I want Fritos.
Pretty big baby, isn't it, George?
Do that? You're not like a rocket. Wow, you
Yep.
can move. How did the friend say? They'll stick in the door.
Nothing.
Stand up on the thing.
That ain't me, that Christopher.
Kate, baby.
Do I know you?
Do I know you? Katie.
Do I know you? You live?
Come on, honey.
Okay, wait 1 sec. I'll be right with you.
Trying to get a picture of this big guy.
That's a biggie, huh?
Oh, I got one. I won't waste another one. Hey, me.
Justin, don't take your clothes off.
Brady, no, over here. Okay, come on, we're gonna go.
Lindy, smile. Lindy, smile.
Just take it in the car. That is way better. Who is? I'm not gonna see. I would like to drive a little golf cart earlier. That one. A little golf cart earlier.
Actually, he doesn't even aim for the popcorn. Nothing. Just
Mais le problème, c'est qu'il y avait un bébé qui a ce bébé. I'll take you.
Kind of fish. Let me hold you up.
Neat, huh? It's like he's staring right at you, Bruce, huh?
Yeah. Same as that one over there.
If I lean too much, will the whole thing really go down?
I know. Love it. Oh, look, there's a song.
You like this, Cal? Everybody lean to the right. Smile, Cindy. Hey, Brian, control that kid.
Yeah? Can't see so good if you sit by yourself.
Here. Andy. Everybody put your arms up. Smile, Paula. And how high up are we? Oh, this is ground. We're going under a bridge. Just kidding.
Eat your heart out here. Here I am, Mr.
Everybody lean to the inside. Hey, Brady. Brady.
No, you changed. You can't change. You're leaving right now. We're getting off.
Yeah, we gotta go in the petting zoo. We haven't been in the petting zoo yet.
Would you like to carry him on the side instead of out front then? Would you rather carry him on the side instead of I usually do anyhow. I think cute, baby. Don't push it.
Huh?
I didn't get anything that one.
You lost it? What's the quarter?
No, I didn't get anything.
What'd you do with the quarter?
I didn't know that there was nothing left in it.
Oh. Okay, go with this one that has some stuff in it. Okay, honey? So you know. Hey, there you go, Brittany. Feed it.
Benjamin! Smile! Bernie, don't go too fast. Kelsey! Kelsey!
Mindy,
Kelsey!
hang on to her. Hi, Cal. Fun? Hi, Cal. Cal.
Pretty horse.
Yes.
Where's it?
Kelsey.
Alright, let's go, Brady. I got about 30 seconds to film one. I had mine on freaking short play all day.
Go on, guys.
I'll say hi and I'll figure it out by the time I get to it. Hi guys! Hi guys!
time. Whoa, saladillo. Oh, the motor. All right, be a wet ride. Kelsey, smile. Cheese. Brady, say cheese. All right, Brittany, good cheese.
No time.
Ready? All right, dude. Whoa. Didn't quite get that one. Hello up there. Can't even see him. Hey. Oh, you're high.
Battery lights down there. You're all back on the top too.
Hey, cool, dude. Lindsay, hope you had a good lunch because you might be taking a bath in it.
Yeah, Lindsay, if you throw up, it goes right back up. We told her to go on that monorail. We told Lindsay she couldn't go on because it says no bras. And it says legs. All right, Katie. Close your mouth. Look at her. Oh, God. My God, this is going to be all... Look at her poop eyes.
Goes out back. gonna throw it.
You can take them, I ain't going on
Hey, Brett. Hey, Cal. What you doing?
There's one race car. One race car. Do you have okay. Dad, we're gonna go on the bumper cars, okay?
Okay.
Wait. Watch them first. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go. Dad, we're going to the bumper cars. Dad, we're going to
Kelsey.
Dale, we're going to the bumper car. Red one. Great. So you have to stick around all the way through.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky. Ricky. Smile.
That's a nice small one. Looks like it's easy to hold and not too heavy.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days. Get some more bills paid up.
This is our second groundbreaking.
You just put down your
First of all, just give me a minute to talk a little bit about Lake Champlain Housing. We're a nonprofit housing development corporation celebrating our 10th year. And at the same time, the development of this particular project means that we've now developed more than 300 affordable housing units throughout Chittenden and Franklin counties. We're very pleased that this particular project is pushing us above the 300 unit. During our 10-year period, we've also been involved in some other activities that maybe aren't quite so obvious as when you build a building, especially in a neighborhood like this with a history this site has. We've also loaned more than $2.3 million to both for-profit and non-profit landlords throughout the state who are seeking to improve their property while keeping rents affordable to low and middle income families. Furthermore, we've also had the opportunity to participate with the Vermont Housing Finance Agency and Vermont Housing and Conservation Board in an innovative project that made second mortgage financing possible at VHFA Officers Road condominium projects on a historic Port Ethan Ave. We're very pleased to participate in that process, making home ownership available to 29 families whose income without that second mortgage wouldn't qualify them for a loan. We've been involved in a variety of projects, certainly ones that are perhaps best known for projects that we're very happy about, such as this one here. This past weekend, I went to my 25th high school reunion. I graduated from Spalding High School. So I'm one of those rare Vermonters who stayed in state. And you know, as you go to these reunions, especially 25 years out, people say, what do you do? And I say, well, I do affordable housing. I work for a nonprofit. Well, what's that? Well, I think the best answer to what's that is this project. Nonprofit sponsored affordable housing is perpetually affordable housing that's attractive, tenant controlled, and a variety of other attributes. But people think of affordable housing, but it's more than that. Nonprofit housing is taking a very difficult site. Difficult for a lot of reasons. It's ownership, it's mortgage to a bank, it's owned by the FDIC. had substantial environmental problems which forced us and the state and other parties to wrestle with environmental liability issues. But why do we do all this? We do this because if the greater Archibald neighborhood, which is part of the city's enterprise community target neighborhood, is going to become a real neighborhood, then we absolutely had to deal with this site. And that's why we spent more than 2.5 years in wrestling with some very difficult problems. And in a nutshell, that's what affordable housing is. It's creating more than shelter, it's creating neighborhoods, it's creating families, it's creating public policy which will benefit not just the media site, but other sites throughout the state. And in just a few minutes, you're going to be hearing people who have helped make all that possible. This was certainly, as long a process it was a process that involved many people to make it successful. Before introducing our other local partner, Housing Vermont, I just want to take a minute and tell you what this project is. This is a Thelma Maple Housing Cooperative. When we're done construction and people move in here on February 1st, 1995, they'll be moving into 20 units of affordable housing. There will be a co-op, be a leasing co-op. The people who live there will have influence in how the buildings are maintained, managed, and operated, which is a very important factor, because what we're trying to create is a sense of neighborhood. If we're going to do that, people must feel that they're invested in where they live. If they're simply not invested in the building they live in, it's going to be difficult to get a sense of investment in the neighborhood. What's it going to look like? It's going to look like 4 one-bedroom units, 12 twos, and 4 three-bedroom units. Through an innovative financing, probably never to be reproduced financing mechanism. All the families who live here will have incomes below 60% of median for the Burlington area, and yet the rents are going to be affordable to them without monthly rental subsidies. So it's a terrific project. And as we go on, I think we'll answer some of your other questions about what the project looks like. What I'd like to do now is introduce the Executive Director of Housing Vermont, our partner in this project, Don Dixon. Well, as many of you probably know, Housing Vermont is a statewide nonprofit housing development corporation, somewhat like Lake Champlain. But we operate all over the state in partnership with local nonprofit housing development groups, like Lake Champlain and Burlington through Landfill. We first started thinking about this site, I first started hearing about this site in 1988 when Tim McKenzie, who then was working for the Burlington Community Landfill, started trying to make plans for doing something with the Gracie Roofing building. Coincidentally, 1988 is when Housing Vermont was established with a $2 million seed grant from Vermont Housing Finance Agency. We're now in our 6th year of operation. In a minute, I'm going to introduce Joe Booten of the Howard Bank, but Joe and I were just talking a couple minutes ago about whether you could identify any one single person who was really responsible for bringing this project to the state it's in now. And we agreed you really can't do it. There really were a lot of people who worked long and hard to get this project to the condition that it's in now. It may look like not much has been done here. In fact, a great deal has been accomplished just in carrying away the former industrial site that used to be on this piece of land. We're really proud to be associated with it, and looking forward to the great change it's going to make in this neighborhood. Our bank is really going to be the principal investor in this project. They will be investing equity comprising almost 60% of the total cost of this project. So they really are the institution that is, I think, get the most credit for having established this project in this manner. We'll also introduce you to a lot of other people today who had an important role to play in putting this together. Joe has also had a long interest in the Old North End, and he's probably planning to tell you about that now. I'd like to introduce Joe Booten, President of the Howard Bank. Thanks, Don. you, everybody. I love Burlington. I think all of you here love Burlington, and all of us want to see Burlington grow and prosper. The Howard Bank has been an important part of Burlington. We've been here 124 years. We hope to be here another 124 years. In order to keep banks investing in a community, what you need to have is opportunity to do that. This was an excellent opportunity for us, we felt, to do something in what's referred to as the old North End, an integral part of our community. It also helped us look at affordable housing, which back at the time we looked at this was a critical issue. It was in 1988, and housing was very hard to come by in Burlington, Vermont. Nobody anticipated the recession was going to hit us. And it was very difficult for the average person to find good affordable housing. We sat down at the bank at that time. John Strong, who I'd like to introduce, John, raise your hand, who since retired, and Cheryl Fatnasser. And we said, what can we do in Burlington to help with this affordable housing issue? We went up to talk to the mayor at the time, Peter Cravel and Michael Monty. And as it turned out, this project surfaced. We got pretty excited about it. We told the mayor then and the city council that we'd like to invest $5 million in a project in the old North End. Now we thought, sure enough, that the next day we would start construction. We had some people who really stayed very focused on this project. John Davis, and Brian, Brendan Horby, and I can name a host of others. These folks never lost sight of the fact of how important this project would be to get finished. There were a lot of reasons not to do this project, but I'll tell you, those folks never lost sight of the real benefit of taking a core, dilapidated structure within the center of this facility, this neighborhood, and rebuild it, and start from there, and hopefully rebuild several others. With the projects going behind you, those are now taking place. There are a couple other projects slated for over here. We've had some private investment by people on Manhattan Drive, and you can see that it's slowly getting rebuilt. I have another interest in developing the old North End. My wife was born and raised right on St. Louis Street, and if you could look behind this blue house, you can see her house. She lived here for the first 20 years that she was here in Burlington. And we certainly would like to see other people have the same opportunity my wife had to grow up in a real nice community environment. I think what you folks are doing here is really a start in that process, and we're glad to be part of it. Thank you. As someone who's been involved with affordable housing for some time, and is now Commissioner of the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Barbara Grimes.
On behalf of Governor Dean, I'm pleased to be here today to share in the official groundbreaking. And I have to tell you, as a resident of the New North End, at least 5 days a week, I come down North of Wall Street and been doing so since 1972. And some of us commented earlier as we were waiting for things to happen that if nothing else happened, this was 100% improvement by taking down what was here. No, you can't go home because there are a whole lot of people who are going to end up having their homes by us pressing forward. And there's no question that there have been a lot of people who have been very patient, who have worked very hard, who had to press a lot of buttons, bend a lot of years to get where you are today. One of the most outstanding and difficult issues to resolve was the issue of environmental hazards and liability when a developer wants to move in. Clearly, the governor and the legislature heard you, and as part of their Economic Progress Act #2, one of the commissions that we put together was to bring the Attorney General's Office, the Agency of Natural Resources, and the Agency of Development and Community Affairs together between now and January 1st to work out those issues so that it's a good investment for developers to come into an existing neighborhood, respect that there may be problems, agree to resolve them, and be able to develop so that we aren't using virgin fields outside while everything else continues to disintegrate within the core. So on behalf of Governor Dean, we are delighted for the progress that you have made. We will be watching, and we hope that you'll invite us back maybe in January here running ahead of schedule, but at least in February when the first 20 units are ready to go. Thanks very much.
Housing Conservation Board. The board has two or three other people here, including Polly Nickel, Joanne Latucci, maybe some others I can't see in the back. Gus and his staff have been strong supporters of this project for a long time. They're contributing, I think, about $250,000 to this project, and will be partly responsible for making sure that it's perpetually affordable. Gus, can you tell us your role in all this?
Well, thank you. We've already had several really good speeches, so I'm going to try to be briefer than I usually am anyway. As Don said, our role was to take public money that the legislature's been very supportive in providing and help invest it here. We did that because this project is going to be a co-op. We did that because it's in a community that really is looking to the clearance of what was here to help revitalize it. We did that because of the work that Brenda and the Land Trust are doing around the corner, hopefully to create some more housing right in this neighborhood, and today in the city to create at least a little bit of green space. So those are some of the reasons that we've been involved here. Our staff worked on both state funding and in working with Senator Leahy's office to provide federal funding. So the public investment through us is close to $600,000. We've been able to do that because people like Mark Grimes served in the legislature and helped get us going back in '88 when Tim McKenzie first called about this. We're very fortunate in Chittenden County to have a great delegation, and I see both Judy Stephanie here, who served on the Senate Institutions Committee, that got us more money that I hope will mean more investment in the Old North End this coming year, and Senator Helen Reilly, who's chaired a summer study committee last year that really put, once again, after 7 years of doing business, a stamp of approval by the legislature on what we've been doing in this neighborhood, both with Lake Champlain and Burlington Community Land Trust. So we really, at the state level, thank you for continuing to come up with good projects that we can invest our funds in and show all of the taxpayers that government can get it right, particularly in partnership with great people at the community level. Thank you.
The city of Burlington was instrumental not only in financial support, but the staff support we got from CETA was just incredible during the very long gestation process, which leads to this happy ceremony today. I'd like to introduce, representing the city, Arthur Sanborn, the director of CETA.
I'd like to thank all the city departments who have participated in the effort on behalf of the city. Mayor Brownell sends his thanks to everyone that worked on it. But particularly, I need to address and share my thanks to John Davis, the head of our housing division. This particular project is one that John brought me into personally about a year ago when I first came to work here in the city. And John said, we've got to correct some problems here that exist and put together a working group that's been working on this to bring it to conclusion. And the state is to be complimented on the resolution of the environmental issues. I personally want to thank John for his keeping us, the city, involved both financially and from a technical assistance point of view, and all the other members of the staff that have worked on this. The mayor sees this as an example that we hope Secretary Cisneros will recognize that the city of Burlington, through cooperative efforts, nonprofit and governmental and the private sector, can in fact get things done. And if we can overcome the difficulties we've had on this project and bring it to fruition, I hope that he understands this is just an example of what we can do for the entire North End and our designated enterprise community area, given the opportunity to be designated. And we certainly will be expressing this as one of the examples of how we can make things happen. Thanks to everybody, and the city commits its continued support to everybody working on this project.
The city of Burlington that's been a strong supporter of this project is the Board of Aldermen. As a representative of the board today, Jane Nodell has agreed to make a couple of remarks. Jane is the representative from this neighborhood and can attest to the importance of working with neighborhood organizations, and they've been very strong in this area.
As the ward counselor here, I've been hardly
any work compared to the other people that have been mentioned so far. I've heard progress reports over the years, and I can also stand here and testify that there have been many, many hurdles along the way. And the fact that we are here today, break the ground, a day for which we've been waiting a very, very long time, is just simply testimony to the fact that there's been a lot of persistence, there's been a lot of faith, and there's been a lot of vision on the part of the people that have worked on this project. And we are here today simply because all the people that were involved simply said, we're not going to give up. We're simply going to find a way to get over this next hurdle because we believe in this project. Now, as someone who represents the people immediately in this area, the people that are most impacted by the fact of having this Gracie site, the site of many hazards to the children in this neighborhood and people that came in daily contact with it, I can only say that the benefits are going to be immeasurable, not only to the low-income people who will be living here in uplifting apartments, in joining together cooperatively to control their own housing, but for the surrounding community as a whole, and we are already feeling it. People that will be moving into the co-op are already involved in the neighborhood planning assembly. They're already involved with the greater Archipel Interville neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that needs people to care about the community, and those are the people that are going to be living here. So we are so happy, and we welcome them to move in as soon as possible.
I'd like to introduce a representative of an agency, a nonprofit that unfortunately gets too little press for the kind of work they do, because much of the work they do simply doesn't get publicized as it ought to. Brian Pine is here from the Vermont Community Loan Fund. The Vermont Community Loan Fund here is an important part. They're actually our only lender in this particular project. But without their, because of the way it's financed, but without their support, this just wouldn't happen. And they, like our other sponsors and partners, have hung with this project through some difficult times. Brian?
Thank you. The Vermont Community Loan Fund is about 6 years old, and we're a statewide financial intermediary. People's money, pay it back home. And meanwhile, while we hold it, we lend it out to nonprofit organizations that are doing affordable housing and providing other essential services in their communities. We are typically considered the first-in high-risk capital into a project, and we help to bring in and secure other sources of financing. In this project, we actually sat back and watched it all happen, and we're kind of envious of those who were involved because it's so exciting. Working with the residents and dealing with cleaning up a neighborhood and all of that. And actually, towards the end, we were feeling kind of left out. But Amy called up and said we weren't going to be left out, and that if we were willing to make a loan on this property, which most institutions are not willing to do, that we could in fact be part of this exciting project.
Such a deal.
So the loan fund was given an opportunity, and we embraced that opportunity. Much to the dismay of our lawyer, who said, I'm not sure about this one, but we'll see how we can work it out. So we're in here, we sort of jumped on the bandwagon at the end, but we're part of the overall package of financing that put this together. And I just want to say that our board sees projects from all over Vermont that are usually very exciting and very innovative and provide essential housing or essential services to low-income Vermonters. And so this was typical in that sense. But the board was particularly excited and enthusiastic about this because of what it means for an entire neighborhood that has really seen prolonged disinvestment for a long period of time. The board, it meant a lot to them that they could be part of uplifting an area that has really been neglected. And we actually thank the developers of this project for the opportunity to be part of it.
One other organization that we wanted to introduce is Thelma Maple Co-op itself, which is the organization of people who are going to live in these apartments. The only person I know from the co-op is Pat Collier. Is someone else going to represent them? Okay. Come on up.
one of the middle comers, not a late comer, not one of the earliest people in this project, but I've been with it, I guess, for about a year and a half or so. And it was tough going for a while. We didn't really know sometimes whether we could get it off the ground. But here we are, and I'm just amazed, and I'm really excited, and it's going to mean a lot to my family to live here, and we love this neighborhood. We already do live in this neighborhood, and we are just so excited about what is going to be happening to this neighborhood. It's going to change this whole neighborhood so much, and really improve our lives and a lot of other people's lives. Thanks a lot.
I should also mention, we had invited Senator Leahy to be here today. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to adjust his schedule so he could be here. The reason we invited him was that this particular site was a beneficiary of a HUD special purpose grant. And again, this may sound like we say this every time, but without that special purpose grant, we wouldn't be here. So we would like to thank both the city for working with the senator and the senator for working with HUD to make that happen. Earlier, Joe said that there probably wasn't any one individual who was responsible for this project, and I would agree with him. But if there were one individual, that individual would be Amy Wright. There were certainly occasions the last 2.5 years when anyone would have been justified in picking up their marbles and saying, boy, we've got a lot of things to do, but boy, we're not going to touch that one. And that didn't happen. It doesn't happen because of individuals. And Amy Wright's one of those individuals. So thank you, Amy, for making sure all of us stayed with this so that we were able to celebrate something very, very happy today. Amy, come on up.
Like most housing developments, but this one in particular. And I get to give little awards to people who really, really helped out. I also, the first person I'm going to ask if we can come up is Richard Steves from the Agency of Natural Resources. I guarantee there's nothing in it, and if you can find it, please don't tell me. But we're really glad. Richard, I mean, we wore a lot of people out in this project, and we talk about John Strong, he retired, you know. We wore a lot of people out on this project, but Richard's been with us from the very beginning, and one of the wonderful things that Richard did for us was he took terms like TCE and environmental hazards and made them so that we weren't afraid of those words, and we were able to take on the project of cleaning it up. We felt like we understood what we were doing, and I think the Agency of Natural Resources is very lucky to have Richard working for them, and we're very grateful that the agency worked so well with us in terms of coming up with a plan to clean up the project. We also have another little momentum in addition to the dirt. This is a picture of the building that came down. It was a back wall, and somebody wrote on the outside of it, "Seize the land." And we decided this was pretty appropriate, that really anybody could have seized this land. No one really wanted this land except us. And so we seized it, and we took it. On the inside of the building, it said, "Death to the developers." So we did not take a picture of that, but we did yes. And we'd like to give this to you, and with our thanks. The next person we need to thank, actually any of our lenders who want a cup of dirt can have a cup of dirt. But a half a cup, a little bit. We also want to call up Jeannie Morrissey, who's our contractor on this site. Jeannie's been with us right from the beginning. Again, in terms of trying to make this happen, I sort of feel like this project's done now. And the reason I feel like that is because Jeannie's going to take over and she's going to make it happen. And we're just kind of along for the ride from this point on. January, talk to Jeannie and maybe she can make it January. We've also, I don't know where Jeffrey is. He hides in the back a lot of the time. Jeffrey Glassberg from Housing Vermont did as much work on this project as I did. Jeffrey started at Housing Vermont, and we said, come on in, we've got a project that it's got environmental hazards. The bank that owns the project is in receivership. The property deed is in the hands of the FDIC, but come on, we're going to make it happen. And Jeffrey did. And I'd like to thank him and give him one of these great mementos. He can have the one that also says kill the developer.
Now that we have this down for an encore, if anyone has an old battery plant, pesticide facility, we're looking for just so you know.
We've got a few more, so don't worry, Jeffrey.
Luckily, you don't have to go find it.
Okay. On the construction side, the other reason that I can say this project is done is there's a guy named John Davis who works with me, and he works with Jeannie, and when problems come up in the construction side of things, or having to do with the site, or when people say, how come it's February and not January that we're moving in, John's usually the first person they speak to, so I'd like to thank John and give him, he also took this picture. He's a jack of all trades.
Closely, the graffiti also says, make every day an insurrection. I think that's the inspiration of this project. We have to make an insurrection of the whole project. I can't tell you how pleased I am to get to this stage. It's kind of funny because I know it's going to happen now, but I was one of the people probably who thought, I don't know if this is going to happen. And it got to a point where the momentum got going and we got going forward, and now we're there, and it's so great to be here. I can't tell you how good it feels.
He also made me promise we'd never do a project like this again.
That promise has been reneged on already.
So also on the construction side, I'd like to thank our architect, Ann Vivian. If we could have had a sprinkler head here today, we would have given her that, because among other things that an architect on a site like this has to do, we think it's, you know, bad enough sort of working with environmental hazards and things like that. But she's got to see our project through the local building code. This is the second project in a row the third project in a row, new construction in Burlington, where we've been threatened at the last minute with a major change in our plans, and we've been salvaged. I'd like to thank Ann. She asked for an ice cream cone, but we give her again.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this building get up out of the ground now. We've done this initial work, and now we get ready to go up, and I'm looking forward to February also.
There's two people here from the Howard Bank, and I don't think Cheryl's here. There's three people I'd like to give one of these from the Howard Bank. One is John Strong, who believed in us right from the beginning. It was just really, really great.
Right job.
Children who drove by this site every day and said, sure, Mom, sure you're going to do this. Yeah, when? So I don't know, John or Giselle, if somebody could get that. It's not for us, for kids. You know, you get to the point where you think you keep thanking people, and maybe it doesn't mean anything, but I've worked with Polly Nichols for a long time now on a lot of different projects. She's a quiet voice of reason in really wild and crazy times. She works really hard for your project. She fights for you, and she really is a great co-worker, and I really want to thank Polly for everything that she does. Well, Polly's my quiet cohort, and Brenda's like the other half of the noisy cohort. And I don't think we would have done this project without Brenda. Brenda hung in there every step of the way, from the beginning with the Howard Bank to when the shovels went in the ground here. She's going to make that site look beautiful. And I really, you know, again, there's nobody like Brenda. Anybody who's worked with her knows that.
Cups of that dirt, I think we're going to need a few. And,
right, well, save ourselves some dumpies.
Yeah, I'd like to say Lanchas has been in this neighborhood for 10 years. I've lived right over there for 7 years, and we're very, very grateful to Lake Champlain Housing for bringing this partnership together and keeping it together through the hardest time. All these partners are extremely important to the project and are going to make it work, and we're really thankful that you chose to lead it here. Thanks.
Okay. Now, the lender who's not here, and there is one more lender who is not here, believe it or not, is the Federal Home Loan Bank, and they're a lender sort of indirectly because they're one of the reasons we need to thank the Howard Bank is that the Howard Bank wrote and received a grant from the Federal Home Loan Bank to make this project happen. The Federal Home Loan Bank hung in there again with us every time. Some of you are in the audience who've heard me say we can't hold our financing together to pass the end of this deadline, and then the deadline would pass and we'd say we can't hold our financing together by the next deadline. And they're real deadlines, they're absolutely real deadlines, but then people really stuck their neck out for this project. They made it happen, and they extended their own deadlines in the belief that we were going to get through it all. And so maybe Joe will accept this for the Federal Home Loan Bank. The other housing hero is our lawyer, believe it or not. Our attorney we're going to see if we can get him up here saying, I'm very glad you did this project. Because again, this is not a lawyer's idea of this is not a good idea to a lawyer. From start to finish, it probably wasn't a good idea. But Bob worked with us. Bob's done a lot of pro bono work with us in terms of trying to change the environmental laws that made this project so difficult. And we'd like to give him one of our mementos as well. And tell him that we will pay him at some point.
I told Amy she should not do this project.
But he's really, really glad we did. And he lives in St. Johnsburg. There's someone here whose name has been mentioned a couple times. He always stays in the background. He's in the back usually with Jeffrey over there, but he's wearing a Lake Champlain hat right now, so we can really pin him down. But I think that when we thank John Davis for the work he does, it's really, you know, Burlington is so lucky to have John Davis working with us. I mean, he's really brilliant, and a lot of people want his services. We lured him up here one day when he was quite ill and unable to make good decisions, and I think he's been glad he's been here, but more importantly, we're very glad he's been here. He's really made every bit of the pieces we're talking about. John's had a piece in making them happen. So.
Hey, John.
The last two people I want to thank, and again, I guess we have to ask Joe if he can accept. At the very last minute, the money that we received from the Federal Home Loan Bank, it turned out it was a conflict between the Howard Bank's role as a limited partner in the project and their role under the Federal Home Loan Bank as a monitoring agent. We had $250,000, which the Howard Bank couldn't accept. So they asked a sister bank, the Franklin Memorial Bank, to accept on their behalf. They stepped in,
got involved in the paperwork and the whole 9 yards of the story, which is a mile long, and basically accepted the money, which we now have in our hands. So we'd like to thank the Franklin Oil Bank. I want to, Ken's holding this, so I'd really like to just give him that one because he's really the best boss that I've ever had. And in terms of making things happen and not saying, really, this is something we should shy away from or stay away from, Ken is really right out there on the limb making things happen. I'd like to thank him. And the final award is to the Champlain, our partners who usually stay in the background, the Champlain Valley Housing Mutual Housing Federation, who are really our partners in crime. Anybody who's worked on the co-op knows the long, long hours that the staff at the Federation puts into these projects. You know, we think these groups just sort of happen, but it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of meetings, and just really want to thank the Federation for making the Thelma Maple co-op work. And you all see that the co-op works. You've had a chance to talk to all the people here from the co-op, but a lot of the reason for it functioning as a group and not just a bunch of great individuals is because the Federation works long and hard putting those meetings together and making it happen. Earhart?
Don't deserve a lot of credit for this. I think this really should go to the co-opers themselves. It was interesting, the name that the folks from the co-op chose. A lot of people don't know, most of you don't know who Thelma Maple was. Thelma was the first president of our board of directors. She used to live right down the block. She was the first person to sign up when we first started. When this was just a gleam in everyone's eye, Thelma was one of the first folks to sign up. And the whole project and the group effort of everyone, but particularly of the co-op members, I think really, and Jane Nodell said this best before, embodies persistence, faith, and vision. And those were three of probably the prominent characteristics that Thelma had for any of you that know her. And I think wherever she is, I think she would be really proud of this project and the group effort that everyone's doing.
Deliberately because we brought a cake and we put the design of the building on the cake, and we hope everyone will go and have a piece of the cake, choose their window if you're in the co-op, and decide where you're going to live. Those who aren't going to live in the co-op, maybe we can get a little bit of the, sky. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I understand the landlord next door is not happy with his Google parking.
He was parking on our property.
I know. That's hysterical, though. He called up and said,
What's a couple feet one way?
thanks, Ken. Send you a check soon.
There's that white thing flashing. Does that mean?
Wait. Hang on for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, open it.
Jeez. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
That's a cute girl.
I'll give this one to Kelsey for you. This.
Thanks, kiddo. What is it?
This.
Wow,
King,
lion.
Kelsey.
Lion King lion. Who's that from?
That should be Nala. That should be Nala.
Okay, Kel, this one's for me. This one's from me.
You should open up all the presents from me.
No, Brittany.
Those
these
aren't from her.
her.
Those are from all of us.
Oh,
From me.
From all of us.
She's 3 years old.
These.
Look at the
What are
fanny
they?
pack.
What are they?
It's a 101 Dalmatian fanny pack. Little
Granny
ones.
pack.
It's like a fanny.
Goes on your, it's a belly pack.
Yeah, because you put it around your waist and you put all your little money in it.
Yeah.
Cool, huh?
Okay, put it. It's yours.
No, it's yours.
It's yours. I don't think that.
Okay, hold on.
I love it. It's yours.
Yeah, Kelsey. Kelsey, look.
These are from me and Mindy.
So all 5 of these are from me and Lindsay, okay? You can open
them
all
all
of them.
up. No, but you don't open one.
That's a big kid.
What is this?
What is it?
Someone help you, Ken?
Yeah, it's the shirt box. What is it?
It's a coloring book.
No.
No.
Turn it around.
Is that a ring for the swimming pool?
Wait, show everybody.
The ring?
Yeah, it's a ring.
Wow, you
Well,
hold
open
a
every-
ring?
Open everything else.
Wow.
Open everything else, Cal.
Ring done.
Ring around your finger.
No.
Just
Hey, a fish. Now, the other ring.
This one.
This one.
Whoa, what's that? It's a duck swim ring. Swan swim. Look, show it to turn it around.
let's
Turn
see.
it around.
Let's see. Turn around. Wow. Some
Okay.
swan ring.
Okay, now open the
Oh, I
other
just
one.
can't resist the what's the next one.
Brittany.
You can't resist.
Can you guys move the any wrapping paper? Like out of the camera range? Lindsay. Thanks, Britt.
Okay, Brittany, now I can't see, so why don't you go with the Britt where you are?
Oh, just sit right there. No.
Oh, cool.
What is that? Another one?
Fun surfer with rope. Yeah, they're all same things.
Huh?
They're all same things.
Wow, what kind of rings though?
Wow.
Wait, oh, she's doing it again.
What?
I remember last year she was so annoying. She's like, see?
Give her a rest.
Okay, open that one. Cool. Look, they're arm floaties. Kelsey, you know what? You blow them up and put them on your arms so you can swim like that without a tube.
Wow, Cal.
Another
Another one.
Wow. Are you gonna go swimming?
Yeah. At Grandma's house.
Right.
Oh, I think I know what that one is.
A beach ball.
Beach ball.
Woohoo! That's a big one. Nice big one. Okay, now put all your presents in a pile. You can open more.
You got more.
Wait, I'll get the wrapping paper.
Thanks, Britt. This?
Okay, open these up, Cal. Look, give her another present.
Here, Cal.
I got tea times.
That's from Brittany.
Hi, honey. Rough night?
Will you get these off?
Brittany, let her do it.
Let me
drink that last year?
Alright, she's getting things up.
She makes it more interesting.
Tape's
Huh?
too strong.
Too strong? Rip the paper, Cal. The heck with a tape. Bypass tape. Go directly to paper.
Okay, stuck.
They get stuck.
Stuck.
Sticky, stucky, stuck.
Cool. That looks good.
Whoa!
Okay, put those down. Now. Open the other little one.
That one.
Good job.
You're gonna like that one.
What is it?
What is it? Tell us. Oh, a troll! Wow!
Troll.
An ice skating troll?
And then you can take the ice skates off and it can be a ballerina.
Alright.
Okay, open the rest of it.
Yeah, you can't stop to enjoy the present. Keep rattling up. Wonder what's in there. What is that? Whoa. Coloring paper.
Kelsey, but see? This one?
Got your own pad, Kel.
And look at Kel. Look at this one, Kel.
Give it a square one.
That's from Daddy.
And Mom.
And that was from Mommy.
From everybody.
Oh, do you know what it is? What is it? It's a dolly!
You get a dolly?
Yeah!
Wow!
Let me open it. Kelsey, let me open it for you.
Hey, Mindy, what about the brush?
Brushes.
Maybe open it for you?
Okay, I'll open it after, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, give it a second.
That one's.
Yeah, so.
Should it be last? Or what is that? Kelsey, Mommy made that.
Mommy made
It's a dress, Kelsey.
Let's see.
Pick it up. Oh,
I'll take Kel.
Close enough. Look at that. Wow.
It's a dress for me.
Yeah.
Another present.
Okay, now this one.
Give it to Mom.
Well, this.
Huh?
Not the work one. I mean.
Get it out of the way.
You don't know what's in here?
I don't know. Car? No. Horse? No. Up.
Cool, Kelsey, look.
Socks and a t-shirt?
Hey, look.
Cool.
They go with your
It
dress.
goes with that, Kel. It goes with your dress. Isn't that yes?
Mommy bought those. And this one Mommy made. Mommy made Brittany.
Hey, she's doing a play-by-play. Give her a break.
Lindsay, it's great that she speaks. It's boring if nobody says.
A kitty, Kelsey. It's a
The kitty cat.
Mommy
Look,
made
she's wearing
it.
your dress.
It's got a dress just like yours.
See? Another one. Mommy made it.
Another what?
Hey, Kelsey, wait. Open your doll. Want to look at it?
Get more presents later.
Get more later after we sing happy birthday, okay?
Hey, what about sing happy birthday? We haven't
Where's the
frosted the
second?
cake yet.
We're going to sing it.
You want us to sing it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Can't stop us too. Happy birthday, dear Kelsey Marita Cunningham. birthday. Oh, no candles.
Yeah, but tonight we'll sing it better, and then you can have
Blow out,
candles.
go practicing now. And blow out candles. You are 3. You're a big kid now. You can understand this.
Right now, I want to do this one.
There's no frosting on your cake yet.
We gotta wait till Daddy gets back home. Then we
Daddy
can...
gets home from doing his thing.
No, right now.
You like this, Dolly? You like all your presents, Cal?
Yeah, but I want another present.
And you open.
She's just like Brittany. Her birthday. She's like, I want more presents. No one got me any more.
Start crying.
Britt, you only have a few friends.
Maybe that has a strong psychological effect on them growing up.
Kelsey, feel it. It's soft.
I need
I
Brittany
want to
to give
give
it
it
to
to her.
She's a middle child. She needs a little more support.
Cool, it's soft, and you can brush the hair.
Kelsey, watch the eyes. Watch the eyes. See? You open it. Can I hold it?
Happy birthday to you.
I'm taping it.
Happy birthday, dear Kelsey. Happy birthday to you. And many more to come your way.
Good girl.
Now, hug up here.
We need to see some heads. Everybody bend down. That's it. Here we go. There's a little girl. See the little girl there you can play with, Gal?
Got my plate. My plate was right here. Daddy, I'm going outside. I need to put the towel over my head while I'm walking.
Oh, no, no, no. Leave it. Towel's got to keep us dry, honey. Wear a hat. I got an extra hat. You want a hat?
Sure. How much that you got, Daddy? Put my hair up.
Thanks.
What is that?
A hot dog for Daddy. Okay, girls. I'm taping this, so. Titus. If you hold that up, I can get everybody on camera. There you go.
Cover my head up and an umbrella to cover my head. Where's the girl, Dad? Where's the girl?
She's sitting down right with. She's got that green towel wrapped around her that you had, remember?
There's enough plastic holding that thing up.
Huh? Don't stomp on the car, you're not camera now.
Daddy, can you watch my dog?
Where you going?
I'm getting my pan card.
That's me,
Brittany, that's right.
On the vine.
Hi, Sonia. Look up here.
Tarzan on the vine.
Kuinka tuolla on Bruce? Tuolla. Katso, siellä on Bruce. Oh.
Hey, hi.
Bruce, Chelsea's daddy.
Sprechen Sie Suomi?
No niin, missä on Sonjan tädi? Missä? Onko Australiassa? Missä on Sonjan tädi? Missä?
Kelsey, I want to see your hat. Look at me. Oh, on the cover.
Wow.
Cool. Cool.
Movie star.
Cool, yeah.
Sonja Kaaveri. Nyt Sonja.
I'm not here, Paul. I'm not here.
Sonja Kaaveri.
Liian kuuma.
Yeah.
Paula's getting kovasti.
Oh, Paula's taking it off.
Yeah. Did you see the birthday card that Tim?
Main thing is that it's funny. And sunshine.
Yeah, I got the video camera on and running. Huh? I got the video camera on all the time here, just in case something comes over. While cooking, we can make some money out of it.
Yeah.
You guys have your coat thing last week? This week? It's getting real short. Yeah, they come back in tomorrow.
Ooh, you got nice buns though.
You know, if you leave these plates out here, they'll get washed. Everybody, every now and then, wave to the camera. Hey, hey.
We're having so much fun. Oh, you go ping pong.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
Because before it's done all the time.
Yeah, it's okay. It's only film.
My hair is wet.
It might blow over. We don't have it.
Oh, that's right. Then you,
We have to get that.
then you have to discard. That possibility is gone. Now it's sunshine. Can't you see? Oh. Just lurking there.
PJ said it feels so good.
Woo!
All right, Bruce, thank you. Come on, put that one. Another one? Oh, I got this one. Another one? Another one?
Kelsey has a friend now, huh? Kelsey has a friend? Sonia has a friend?
Show her how you count and finish, Kelsey.
Miten lasket suomeksi? Osaatko laskea suomeksi? Kelsi? Osaatko laskea suomeksi? Lasketaan jo kelta, kun mennään sänkyyn. Lasketaan ne laskea yhteen toiseen. Ai jaha. Suomeksi.
Cars, Cal.
Months in difference.
Well, you can save those for tomorrow's book.
You all send me
That's what I said.
Lindsay and the Seven Dorks.
I would have been those ones. Okay.
It smells like rubber.
Is it somebody's spandex?
Let me burst these parts out of
You don't like our drawing method?